540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
There may be some cautious optimism for Kohl's Corporation, as reported in its latest quarterly earnings last week. And while the numbers aren't great, they are trending in the right direction. Overall sales were down, falling 1.7% for the quarter. But the bright side is that their own proprietary brand saw sales increase by 6%. And company officials say that growth helped fuel some positive momentum heading into the rest of the year. For a retailer that has faced serious headwinds over the past several years, even incremental progress is being watched closely by investors and industry observers. Kohl's is headquartered in Menomonee Falls and remains one of the largest employers in the Milwaukee area. Milwaukee County buses are adding more midday service this summer to help people get around during the busiest months. Starting this week, MCTS will bring back midday routes on several lines, including 28, 33, 34, and 55, while weekend service will stay the same. Transit leaders say the goal is to make it easier to reach events, games, and other summer activities. Some detours will also continue or begin, depending on construction, which could affect travel times. A month of milk and more. Governor Evers is kicking off June Dairy Month by highlighting the importance of Wisconsin's dairy industry and the people behind it. In his weekly radio address, he thanked farmers, processors, and producers for their work and impact. Our state is home to more than 5,000 dairy farms and about 1.3 million cows. More than any other state, the industry brings in nearly $53 billion a year. UWM's Cinderella run in the NCAA baseball tournament hit a wall Sunday night as the Panthers dropped an 8-1 decision to top-seeded Auburn in the regional final. The game stretched past midnight, ending in this morning's early hours. But here's the thing, it's not over. Thanks to the double elimination format, the fourth-seeded Panthers get another shot. Later today, UWM and Auburn will meet again in a winner-take-all showdown, a Game 7 with everything on the line. A win would send the Panthers into the Super Regional, a stage of the NCAA tournament that UWM has never reached in program history.
With Civic Media News, I'm Terry Miller. Wisconsin's classrooms are facing a growing crisis, and officials say the problem goes beyond just hiring. Poor retention and new graduates leaving the state are driving a teacher shortage that shows no signs of slowing down. But there may be a new solution in the works. Back in 2024, Congress approved more than $500,000 in federal funding to launch a teacher apprenticeship program right here in Wisconsin. State agencies, including the Department of Workforce Development, the Department of Public Instruction, and the Wisconsin Technical College System, teamed up with 2 universities to get the program off the ground. The idea, let aspiring teachers earn while they learn, instead of the traditional path, a short internship, a bachelor's degree, and 1 semester of student teaching. This program flips the script entirely. Apprentices work inside classrooms now in support roles while training for their teaching credentials. And a prominent voter advocacy group is taking Wisconsin to court over how absentee ballots are handled when information is missing. The League of Women Voters of Wisconsin has filed a legal challenge against the state's current law, arguing it gives individual county clerks too much power to simply reject ballots without ever notifying voters there's a problem. They're asked to a Dane County judge require all clerks to notify voters when something is missing and give those voters a chance to fix it before their ballot is thrown out. That fix-it process is known legally as curing a ballot. The case puts a spotlight on inconsistencies in how absentee ballots are processed across Wisconsin and whether voters are being treated equally, regardless of where they live. And Wisconsin farmers are getting hit from multiple directions, and they want Washington to know it. Senator Tammy Baldwin met with farmers in Janesville this week, hearing firsthand how global tariffs, rising diesel prices, and disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz are putting serious pressure on agricultural operations across the state. More news can be found at civicmedia.us.
The Miz wins again. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports Baseball. The Brewers are back home at AmFam Field to host the Giants after beating the Astros yesterday in Houston 2-0. Another shutout performance by The Miz. Jacob Mizorowski. Was he as good as he was on Memorial Day? Pat Murphy.
Did he have his best, most crisp stuff? No, but he gave us 7 innings and probably could have gave us a little more, but we want to be smart about everything we do there. His delivery was a little clunky. I think he'll tell you that.
College baseball, the UWM Panthers play their final game tonight in a rematch against the Auburn Tigers, part of the NCAA Regionals. Auburn won in last night's game 8-1. The Wisconsin Badgers have hired a new general manager. He's 50-year-old Morocco Brown, an NFL exec who has worked for 4 different teams, most recently the Indianapolis Colts, where his GM there, Chris Ballard, a Badgers alum, served on the search committee for Wisconsin. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Mostly cloudy this morning, becoming partly cloudy by later this afternoon. Our high today only 63. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low in the low 50s. Tomorrow, sunny and warmer, 73. On Wednesday, sunshine with a high right around 80. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at WAUKradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.